being an entrepreneur, it can be hard. And even though all the gurus and the ads and everything that you see make it sound like you just start and it's super easy and you don't have any obstacles or challenges, I'm here to tell you that that is not true. I've been on this journey for a while, and I want to break down the hardest parts of being an entrepreneur, because I think that we were created to do hard things. I absolutely do. And so I want to dig into that and just give you a frame of reference so that you can know what you're getting into, but also know that it's absolutely and completely doable. See you on the other side, my friend. Hey friend, welcome back to the Her Prosperous Journey podcast. I am super excited to be here. And the coolest thing just happened. I just had recorded the teaser for the opening for this podcast. And then I go back to my app. I use Podbean. I go back to the app to record this actual episode, which I will then merge together. But as I do that, in that teaser, I said, I believe we're created to do hard things. And then I look down on my phone, and I don't know if it was a podcast or if it was a ad, or I don't know what it was, but it says we can do hard things. And I'm like, oh my word, see, it's right there. I don't know. You might not think that's as cool as I do, but I thought that was kind of a cool story. But I wanted to talk to you about the hard parts of being an entrepreneur, because it's true. There are hard parts to being an entrepreneur. And those hard parts can actually stop a lot of people. And I don't want that to be you. I believe that if you are listening to this podcast, you're following with me on this journey, we're going, on our prosperous journey together. I want to be totally transparent. I want to be totally open and transparent with you, because I believe that other people's trials and obstacles and setbacks can inspire us if we have the right mindset, right? It can show us like, oh, hey, they persevered and they got through it, and look where they are now. And so that's what I want to do for you. That's what I want this podcast, today's episode, to be for, is to equip you with knowledge and to inspire you to move forward regardless. So the first, one of the first things that I've been on an entrepreneurial journey. I think my very first business that I started was, probably 25 or 26 years ago, because I did not have any kids, and my oldest daughter is going to be 25 in March. And I started that business. It was a network marketing business. I'd never heard of network marketing. I'd never heard of the product, but someone sold me the vision, right? Someone sold me the vision that, you just gotta buy this getting started kit. You just gotta get in, and then you just gotta tell everyone and you'll be rich, right? And the reason that I started it was because I wanted to be home with my kids and not have to have, take them to daycare or do any of that stuff, but still be able to have money, right? And so that's why that was my goal. And so when someone tells you that it's going to be super easy and you just have to do the thing, for me anyway, I believed him wholeheartedly. And I do believe that it can be like that, but I also have seen, I have gone through different businesses and different business models, and I have had lots of success in some things and no success in other things. But I'm grateful for it all. That's the point that I really want to drive home, is that I believe that I have grown into who I am today, that I can come here on this podcast and I can share stuff with you from my heart because I've been through it, because I've seen it, I've watched it. And that is, to me, why I feel like it's important to have a podcast called Her Prosperous Journey, because I feel like it is a journey. It doesn't just, some people might just come out of the gate doing the thing and make all the money and have all the success. But I believe, like an iceberg. Have you ever seen a picture or a graphic of an iceberg? And everyone thinks they see this big, huge iceberg and they think, oh, it's wow, it's right there. That's all it. And yet, if you were to look under the water, the biggest part of the iceberg is below the surface. And so for me, I feel like what we can see outside, what the world sees us doing in our business and all of those things, that's only the tip, because there's been so much that has happened underneath, just like the root of a tree, right? Same idea. There's so much that had to happen below the surface before that success, before that thing actually shows up. And that's what this journey for me is all about. It's about the growth and the becoming who you need to be in order to be successful. That to me is huge, because I have had on my heart for so many years, after the first probably couple of just wanting to make money to be home with my kids and, whatever. But after that kind of era kind of went, something in me kept bringing me back to entrepreneurship. And that something was the desire to help other people rise up, help other people get to that place where they're like, not only are they making lots of money, because you know what? Money is just a tool. Like I believe that 100%. Money is just a tool. We use it how we've been trained to use it. We use it in all kinds of ways. But it's not the money itself that is evil, and it's not the money itself that will bring us joy and fulfillment in life. It's how we use it. It's the way that we steward that money, right? It's the way that we steward our time. That's how we become fulfilled and rewarded in any business that we have. And that's something that God's really kind of been working on me is that it doesn't necessarily matter the business model. It's the intention behind it. It's the idea that we are in business to serve other people. And it should not just be about me or you or anybody making a ton of money. Nothing wrong with that. Like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making lots of money, but I'm just saying that our first and our foundational idea is that we are here to be in service to people, to solve a problem for people. And as soon as we can attach that purpose, like as soon as we know why we're here and we can attach that purpose to whatever business or job we have, the more fulfilled we're going to be and the more impactful we're going to be. Like the bigger the impact we're going to make in other people's lives. And so what are the hard things about being an entrepreneur? The hard part, one of the first things is that sometimes you can feel really alone as an entrepreneur. You can feel like your family doesn't always understand you. They don't get why you're pouring into this thing without maybe seeing the results that they had hoped you would be getting by now. They don't always understand the getting up early and the staying up late and they may not get it. And that's okay. That's okay, because if it is not their purpose, if it is not their talent to be an entrepreneur, because I believe that we all have gifts and we all have talents, right? And so when we are walking in our gifting and our talents, that's where that whole purpose piece really lines up. And all of a sudden we have this something driving us that is bigger than us. But not everybody has that. And that's okay. Because I always say we need the people to work in the businesses, not just the people that want to run the businesses, right? We need them all, because otherwise it can't work, right? So sometimes you can feel lonely. Sometimes you can feel like you're running a race all by yourself. And that's why it's really important to get with a community of people that have the same idea. They're going in the same direction. May not be the same business, but they're going in the same direction. And you can bounce ideas off people. They can help you be encouraged when you're discouraged, when you're, so having a community around you can absolutely alleviate that feeling of being alone, or that you're out on this big island all by yourself and there's no one to help you. So that would be one of my first things that I noticed, that I bumped up against a lot when I first started entrepreneurship, was that my friends and my family didn't understand. And that made me feel sort of self-conscious. It made me feel like, am I on the right path? Like maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I should just get a job and do what they're doing. But I'm going to tell you that do it anyway. Do it anyway, because the benefits that come from being an entrepreneur will far outweigh any of these things that I'm going to talk about. But I'll come back to that. So the next one that I would say that is really hard as an entrepreneur is the sea of confusion that we live in. Like if you start a business from your own product or your own idea, now you have a huge learning curve because you not only have to figure out the product, but the marketing and the customer service and that whole thing. Huge, right? It's huge. And so that level of confusion is quite extreme. But even if you start promoting somebody else's product or service, and you can do that through network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing, even digital marketing, right? You can do all of these things. You can actually promote somebody else's product. And I love this business, all of these business models, because it takes out a lot of the guesswork. Somebody else has already done it and somebody else has already been successful at sharing it, usually. And so now you can follow the path that's already been kind of built or whatever before you, right? And so, if you don't have a product or an idea, or you don't want to even think about trying to create something on your own, there's lots and lots of ways that you can share somebody else's product. And that to me is fabulous, because they're usually when you want to share somebody else's product, usually they will have their systems that they share with you, their daily mode of operation, right? Like they will show you, in most cases, the steps to take. And so you definitely want to look for something that has those kinds of steps that can teach you and guide you, and also is connected to a community, because you will need that encouragement. I promise you. Being an entrepreneur can be quite hard sometimes, and you need guidance and you need community. Absolutely, 100%. And the last one that I would say that was really kind of a big one for me, and that stopped me many times when I was trying to, do certain businesses or try different things, was the feeling that it's never going to work for me. This is never going to work. It's not working. Nothing's going right. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. And that right there, I bet just stops. Oh man, I wouldn't even be able to guess how many entrepreneurs in the making that one idea or concern will stop them. Because when we put our heart and soul into something, when we're really diving in and we really want it to be all that it can be, and we don't see the fruit of it right away, we can just go, okay, well, this is dumb. I'm not doing this anymore, right? And then we quit. And like I said earlier, that's what I don't want to have happen to you. And I believe that you didn't just show up on my podcast called Her Prosperous Journey for nothing. You are obviously either already on some kind of entrepreneurial journey, or you want to be. You have a desire to, because you would not be attracted to this podcast if you were completely satisfied doing what you're doing. And if that's having a full-time job, whatever. But many people have a job because they have to have a job. But if they had other money coming in, many people would not do what they're still doing. Like even me. I really, really enjoy my job. And I really feel that God put me into the day job that I have, which is working at a school. I really feel that I get to touch, like I work with high school students, and that never would have been my choice. Like I never would have done that on my own. And so I really feel like God put me there, and God has just opened the door for me to be there. I'm not trained as an educational assistant. Like I raised my own kids. That's it. But for whatever reason, I feel like I'm really good at that job. And I feel like I'm really able to connect well with these teenagers and make a difference in their lives. So I say all that to say that I do really love my job, and I feel like I'm doing good things there. But I also know that if, when the time comes, I'm not totally sure, but I believe that if God calls me out of that job to work full-time as an entrepreneur, then I will be ready to go, right? I will have known that I've done what I went there to do. So I say all that to say, you can have both. You can be an entrepreneur and you can have a job, but it does take a lot more time to do both. And some people don't want to give up their job because of that sense of community, that sense of, so if, like I say, find the community, find the guidance, to help you along your path, because it's important. It's important for, if you truly have a calling on your heart to do something in the world of business, in the world of entrepreneurship, even if it's a nonprofit, you can still learn amazing marketing skills for a nonprofit. But you want to really dig in and find the people that you can connect with, right? I love right now, we're just starting. We're, I think, on day 10 of a 30-day boot camp. And I'm just loving it. Like we're getting the day-to-day guidance, right? Okay, here's a little lesson, do this. Tomorrow, here's another little lesson, go do this, right? I love it. And there's this, the energy inside this group is amazing. Everybody's just like, because nobody's overwhelmed, nobody is confused, nobody feels alone, right? Everybody's doing this thing together and excited, and we're sharing our wins, and like all this stuff is happening. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff that will make entrepreneurship fun and rewarding and fulfilling, and you will actually feel like you're getting somewhere, right? So if you want to know about that 30-day boot camp, we are actually on the January 21st. Today is the 15th at the time of recording. But on January 21st of 2025, we are going to be doing a masterclass breaking down the business model, breaking down, the training, the mentoring, all that stuff, and how it can absolutely help you make a lot of money in this first month, because there's some amazing contests running as well. So again, I'm not going to get into tons of details here, but if you want to know more about that, head on over to buildingimpactmakers.com and you will see the high ticket masterclass. Just book a call with me. It's a 15 minutes call, free call. I just want to find out what you want, what your goals are, that kind of thing. And then I can send you the link to the masterclass, because it is private. It's not going to be anywhere. You're not going to find it anywhere. You're just going to have to get a link through me to get to that masterclass. But again, everything's free. It's all free. So if you want to do that, come on over to buildingimpactmakers.com, click on the free discovery call or on the high ticket mastermind button, either one. You'll go to my calendar. You can book a call. We'll jump on, and even if you're listening to this after the 21st of January, do that anyway, because I can send you the replay of that masterclass, and by then we may have another one. So that's because think about this. Even though entrepreneurship can be hard and scary and lonely and, causes us all the feels, right? What if this year could be the year that you finally have that financial breakthrough? Because I don't know about you, but I have heard so much, and I myself am sick of never having the money or the time to live the life that I want to live, to make the impact that I want to make, right? So many people are sick of the endless grind, putting their dreams on the back seat. But this masterclass could show you how to change all of that. It's a game-changing, high-ticket business model that is built specifically for time freedom, flexibility, and real results. So, like I say, I've gained access to this free masterclass, and it's going to be so, so good. I just know it with everything in me. And you can have free exclusive access just simply by coming to buildingimpactmakers.com and let's chat, because it's time. This is your chance to rewrite your story. Imagine working smarter, not harder, and finally having the money and the time to do the thing that's on your heart to do. Make the impact, right? What does that look like for you? What kind of impact do you want to make? Who do you want to serve? And why? Anyway, we might dig into that a little bit more next week. I'll see. But for now, I just pray for you each and every day, my friend. I pray that you hear something that can change your life on some level and help you move forward. I pray that this podcast is an inspiration to you, that it's blessing you on some level. And I just pray that God touches you, right? I just pray that he touches you. You just feel his presence in your life, in your home. And you start to see the fruits of what I believe God has been working on you for a while, because he's working on all of us. And so that little burning that's deep inside of you, just sit with it for a minute and see what happens. That desire for something more. Because we can be content, but that doesn't mean that we don't have other goals and other things that we want to achieve. So I pray, my friend, that this has just been a blessing and a treat for you, and I will see you again next week. Maybe I will see you on the masterclass. Okay, my friend, take care. God bless, and I'll talk to you next week. How much longer can you afford to wait before taking control of your time and finances? What would life look like with a passive income from an online business that you could build from anywhere? If you had the support and the resources to succeed, what kind of impact could you make for yourself and your family? On this podcast, you will find simple solutions to help you start and grow your own online business that will pay you daily, even when you are enjoying adventures with your loved ones. My mission is to equip you to be wealthy in both time and money with digital marketing skills, tips to overcome adversity, and steps to living out your purpose. If you are ready to say yes to a more rewarding and fulfilling life where you are making a bigger impact and transforming people's lives, then you're going to love this podcast. Hey, my name is Melanie. I'm a wife, a mother, and a blessed believer. I tried over the years many different side hustles to try and make a passive income and to live this life of freedom that everybody talks about. But what I finally realized is that I needed a step-by-step plan to keep me focused and consistent. I needed to link arms with others who were doing what I wanted to do. And now I'm excited to get to share with you what I'm learning. If you are ready to finally find freedom and own your own online business that helps you to never miss another family fun adventure and to make an impact while sitting on the beach, then this podcast is for you. So strap on your hiking boots and let's climb this mountain together. Thanks for listening. I pray that this episode blessed you. And if you do feel blessed, would you please share it with someone else who may need to hear this information? And also, if you could just take a couple of seconds and write a written review, I would absolutely appreciate it. Because A, it lights me up, warms my heart to hear from you, but also it helps other people to find this podcast who may need this information. So I thank you, my friend. I'll be praying for you, and I look so forward to seeing you on the other side. Take care, and God bless.